Okay. Hey, what it do? Big Break Room Podcast looking so unprepared, but it's all good. Hope you're enjoying your Tuesday. It's funny. Today, the show is based in Dallas. And this time last week, it might have been 8 degrees outside, maybe 12 at the most. You know how many degrees it was today? It got up to 82 degrees today. 82. Only in Texas, baby. Go figure. All right. Hey, we rounded out Black History Month. Got a couple of days left. But every day we start the show, we talk about a famous somebody that's relevant to Black history that you need to know. So today, I got my little notes right here. Today, let me introduce myself. I'm sorry. Somebody sent me an email saying I don't never say who I am. My name is Big Bink. This is the Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, part of the Media Room 360. All right, a channel where you get various programmings. You got all kind of shows. It's ran by a Black sister, Shani, that we got a triple and quadruple support. So make sure you download the app at Media Room 360 TV. This podcast comes on every day, 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday, except the weekends. I'm sorry, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock. All right. So this podcast is me, Shani, and my main man, Action Jackson. So make sure you check us out. And then tell about 10 of your friends to download the app. The goal is to have 5,000 apps downloaded by Friday. So we got some work to do. All right. Happy Black History Month. You see I'm wearing my Kevin Kirksey customized Black History hat, where you can get one too at kevinkirksey.com. But today we're talking about that boy Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson, HBCU grad, inventor, and engineer. Now, he's so dope. He was a former Air Force and NASA engineer. Matter of fact, some of the work he did went all the way up to Jupiter and Saturn. You know what I'm saying? And he holds over 100 patents. So that's like inventions. And he's responsible for like 100. And he got 20 that's pending. But the thing that he made, everybody had one. Everybody family in the hood had one. You had to have one. And if you didn't have one, your neighbor had one, and you would ask your neighbor, you would say, hey, let me see the boop. I can't say what it is because then you'll guess who it is. But Lonnie Johnson, this invention is the #1 water invention of all time, grossing over $1 billion in sales. And to make it so, like we always say, always follow your dream, never give up, all that stuff. He was working on this as early as 1982, right? But it took 7 years for it to actually hit the shelves. And it just blew up. Now, Shani and Action, I'm going to bring y'all up because I don't know. I don't want to tell them. I want y'all to guess if y'all know. If y'all know Mr. Lonnie Johnson's invention. Shani, you go first.
Super Soaker.
All right. Action, you go.
Lonnie Johnson. Lotion. Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, that's I get it. No, it was the Super Soaker. And everybody, everybody had one in the hood. They had a water gun, Super Soaker, or something. But shout out Lonnie Johnson. That's who we honoring today, keeping the culture moving forward during Black History Month. Hey, Sandrell. Hey, we also got the Queen just checked in. How y'all doing? Welcome to the podcast. What's going on, y'all? Y'all good?
Oh, yeah, good. We definitely could have used a Super Soaker today, though.
82 degrees. Are you kidding me? Like, I was just saying, this time last week is about 12 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day for some people.
Mm-hmm.
For other people, Action Jackson, since you sporting the top heavy on it, my man Ty Woods, I don't know if you heard, everybody checking out the podcast right now. Well, I'm sure you've heard, but just in case you haven't, because we don't want to assume that you hear everything, he was in a terrible accident today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was driving, coming from somewhere. Actually, he was scheduled to do a shoot all this week with different celebrities for an event that was going to air on television in June. And I don't have the specific details. Maybe you guys do. All I know is the car rolled over and he was messed up below the waist pretty bad. His legs was all jacked up.
Yeah, so he was at a hotel, and the director actually was coming into the parking lot. Before the production director drove in and before Tiger drove off, other people said that they saw him in the car and he was having a pretty intense conversation. Not sure, if he was having an but he seemed upset. So he sped off, almost hit the director. And the director went back to the crew and told them, "Hey, Tiger Woods just sped out, from the hotel." And so the assumption is that he lost control of the car, and that's why it rolled down the hill like that. So the last that I heard, he was in surgery, and I hadn't checked the story anymore after that.
Yeah, he broke his leg. The car accident. He was going downhill in California. He actually was. That was his tournament. He was in town for a golf tournament as well, because the Genesis golf tournament just finished up, and he was given the winner the trophy for that tournament because that's his tournament. So he was in town for that and in town to do business as well. He was actually in one of the Genesis cars.
That was a Hyundai joint?
Yeah, it was a Genesis.
Hyundai Genesis, man, those some bad.
Yeah, it was a brand new one. So it was like, he was just going a little bit too fast because there were no skid marks or anything like that. So the police assumed he just lost control coming down that embankment. And when I listened to the police conference, they said that that's a typical place for accidents, people going too fast. Because he said like the speed limit's like 40 miles an hour and people have been clocked going like 80.
Wow.
Yeah, so not Tiger. I'm just saying other people.
Yeah,
and it's
right.
It's been a problematic section of highway right there. So he's not the first person to have an accident there. So I'm just concerned just because he was already in rehab for his back. He just came out of back surgery not too long ago, and he was rehabbing. That's one of the reasons he didn't play this past weekend. And now he's got like a broken leg. So now he's going to have to rehab his broken leg, and he is in his 40s. So it's like it's going to be a tough recovery for Tiger. But if I know Tiger and I follow him, man, since the beginning of his career, as you can see, I play golf all the time. This is playing today, as a matter of fact. But it's like hopefully he'll recover.
That's where you were. That's where you were. Oh, yeah. I thought you went to the mall.
I found out coming off the golf course, actually. I was like, Tiger, what? I was scared because I was like, oh, my God, not Tiger. Because at first the news was he was in a critical car accident. And they didn't say whether he was alive or dead. They just were saying Tiger was involved in a critical car accident. And that's the only news I heard. And I was like, oh, man, not Tiger. And then when I, start getting more updates and more news, and I'll find out, okay, he was just seriously injured with his legs. But that's going to be a tough rehab for him because any golfer knows your power comes from your legs.
I was just about to ask you that because the legs, I would think the legs are a very important part of the game. And you said he was rehabbing his back. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's having back surgery. It's like he's had a lot of back surgeries, but he had another back surgery and he was rehabbing that back. So now he's going to have to rehab a broken leg.
And Paul checking in. He say Tiger need to stop driving when he get emotional. Take a break, walk it off. Remember last time when he got into it with his wife? Was that his wife?
Yeah,
that was his wife.
His wife.
That boy drove off and tore that Escalade up too. So
that was a different story. He was trying to get away from it.
Well, you said he had an argument with the producer.
But
he was having an intense phone call. He was in the car and he almost hit the director. But he was talking to somebody. Yeah, he was on the phone. They don't know who he was on the phone with. But with his wife, she was coming out. Wasn't she coming out to him with the golf club or something?
Yeah,
or a knife.
Yeah, but he was on pain medication or sleep medication when he had the accident with his wife. This time, right now, they don't think he was on any kind of medication. It was just a freak accident. The one with his wife, he was on medication. So
Yeah, I bet he was.
That boy was smashing everything. Good for Tiger.
hole in one.
But but you know what though? Like you said, man. I know I'm not no sports analyst or nothing, but you think about you're an expert to the game action, and the bottom half of your body is just as important. I mean, in any sport, but with golf, it's such a leg and hip intensive type sport, and I just wonder. I wonder how is that going to affect, because the back is nothing to play with. Now you got a broken leg. It's wasn't he trying to play in another tournament to pass somebody or something?
Yeah, he wanted to the Masters.
Well, no, he already tied Snead for wins, and now he was trying to break Jack Nicholson's record. With
there you go. I knew he was doing something.
So yeah, so he had like some more tournaments to go for Jack Nicholson's record on the majors, and people are doubting that now because I think he's like 4 behind. I think he's got like 14, and Jack had like 18 or something like that. And so now, but he's getting older. But I mean, I don't never. And your mama says never say never. I don't never count Tiger out. I mean, the dude is an amazing golfer. He's accomplished more than anybody ever. I mean, he transcended the sport, man. Put it this way. Today, they were having hearings on Capitol Hill about the January 6th riots. They were interviewing the sergeant at arms. They were interviewing the police department. They were interviewing all these people that had never spoken before. Yeah. They cut into that to start talking about Tiger Woods.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's a big deal. And that Tiger special, what is it, on HBO?
Yeah, HBO.
Man, it's really good.
Yeah.
Is it on HBO or HBO Max?
HBO, regular HBO, and it's on HBO Max and regular HBO too.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
I mean, it's not a one episode thing. It's a bunch of them, but it's really good though.
Yeah, it reveals a lot.
yeah. Like I was like,
it reveals a whole lot.
Man, Tiger got the side we didn't know about.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I really got to watch it. It's some tea. It's some tea.
Well, is he already known? I mean, if you follow Tiger, you already know if you follow Tiger. But if you don't follow Tiger to the extent like I follow Tiger, then I'm sure it's gonna be some nuggets in there that you're gonna be like, oh man, really? That's Tiger did that? Even the dynamic structure with his mom and his dad, and how he set Tiger up for greatness, and then they kind of fell out, and then they came back. I kind of got, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. So definitely, man, it's a good watch. It's a definitely good watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're just tuning in, you're checking out Big Bink's Break Room podcast with Big Bink, Action Jackson, and myself, Shawnee Scott. Today is Tuesday, right?
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday for a moment. Action, you sent us a story earlier. Something interesting happened in Plano, Texas.
Hey, don't be talking about my neck of the woods. Though.
So that's
Plano, Texas.
That's a suburban town for everybody who listen outside of Dallas. It's a suburban town in
North
Plano, Texas.
In Texas, in the North Dallas area.
Yeah. So. North Dino.
There you go.
Plano Crips. No, just joking.
and just give a quick description of the what do you call it, of the reputation of the town. Action.
Basically Plano.
Go ahead.
Plano. I'll put it this way: Plano School District at one time was the #1 school district in the country. A lot of people come to Plano for the. A lot of parents usually try to come to Plano for the education side of things, because you can't get no better education for your kids than the Plano School District, and then it's very affluent. I'll put it that way. Plano. And Plano's got some other parts, but for the majority of Plano's pretty affluent. So
Plano also had the #1 911 dispatch center in Texas as well.
Yeah,
They have
so Plano's good.
Yeah, it is. But with that being said, not so sure about the police department. Now the police department is under investigation because there was a young black boy, 18 years old, walking home in the snowstorm last week. Someone called 911 on him for a welfare check. What happens when they call in for a welfare check? What's supposed to happen? The officer comes out. They ask the person, "Hey, are you okay? Are you in distress? Do you need help or anything?" Officers approached the young man who didn't have on a coat. He just had on a t-shirt and his pants, some shoes, and he had bags like he was coming from the store. The young man told the officers, "I'm fine. I'm on my way home." Well, they kept following him and kept asking him that, and he told, "I'm fine. I'm on my way home." Long story short, they end up arresting him. They arrested him. Oh my God. The charge was, I can't remember what it was, but
something about a pedestrian.
Bullshit.
But
yeah.
Pedestrian
walking on the road.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
In a snowstorm. Okay. So and so the police chief has decided to open up an investigation to find out, why did you arrest him? Why did you? And one thing I can say, I worked for Plano 911. That's how I know a little bit about this situation. The people in Plano are very, the citizens are very observant, and they watch. So if something is different or something doesn't look right to them, they are going to pick up the phone and they are going to call 911 and they're going to say, "Hey, something looks suspicious." And the good thing about the Plano Police Department and the Plano Communications Center, the 911 EMS, they do not ignore calls. In some cities, if you call in and say, "Hey, somebody stole a gnome off my front porch," they'll laugh at you, hang up, and say, "Oh, okay, whatever." In Plano, if that happens, no, an officer is coming. If you call 911, the officer is coming to investigate whatever has happened, and they take that very seriously. Now, why they took it so far to arrest this young man for, walking home, clearly he wasn't endangering anyone else. He's just trying to get home. And that was another thing that the officer said. Well, when he was walking, he was stumbling. Well, he was walking in the snow, sir.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
What did you expect him to do?
It was a lot of BS to that. But see, and here's the thing about Plano too. Like, they have a lot of police subdivisions, like in neighborhoods, so they respond very quickly to a lot of stuff because they have a lot of subdivisions all over inside of Plano, where like the police department for me is like right up the street, like right next to the library. Like they share the spot. Like the police department is right there, so like I could walk to the police department from my house. So I mean, it's like they have a whole lot of subdivisions. So Plano don't play when it comes to the police department at all. But I mean, I got to call bullshit on that one because, again, like you said, that just because people thought it was strange because he was walking. Yeah, people thought it was strange because he was walking in a t-shirt at nighttime in the snow. And I would have thought that's strange too. But then at the same time, you have to remember the flip side of it. Texas is not used to having this type of weather. So maybe dude didn't have a winter jacket like that. Maybe it wasn't that cold to him. I mean, it's a lot of things that the person that called the police was assuming that he must be crazy because he's walking outside without no jacket on and it's snow on the ground. And again, maybe he didn't have a winter coat. I mean, and two, it's none of your business. I mean, he wasn't doing nothing wrong. He was walking home, and half the time in a snow situation, I walk in the streets. You don't want to walk on the sidewalk because in the snow. I'll put it this way: typically, somebody being from snow, and Big, you could co-sign to this because you grew up in that snow area too. when it's a lot of snow, you don't want to walk on the sidewalk because you don't know where the sidewalk ends and begins. And that curb, you could be walking on that curb, end up walking on the curb, you could bust your ass just because you be like that quick drop between the curb and the sidewalk. So you just like, when I grew up in living in DC, it's like when it snowed like that, people just walk in the middle of the street because you don't know where you don't know where the sidewalk ends or begins because the snow's so thick. And it was that way here in Plano. So, I mean, is that right, Ben?
Yeah, and usually people, they just follow the tracks in the street, like where the cars are driving. You just kind of walk in that groove. You don't walk on the sidewalk because you don't know what's on the sidewalk. You don't know if it's grass or whatever. The curb is the big one though, because you can, especially when it's ice too. You ask for it. But people usually just walk in the street.
Yeah, because I don't have a coat. Like I didn't have a coat. I had to put a hoodie on. I don't have a coat. I don't own a coat.
Not for that kind of weather. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Here's the part that I think I haven't heard people talk about. It's these people that make these calls to the police department that starts the whole thing. Think about it in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know if this is about last year around this time. They called the house in Fort Worth and asked for a wellness check for Tatiana Jefferson. Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And they went and checked on them, and that ended up bad. And there have been a couple of people who called 911, and they end up going out to the house. They just had one in Columbus, Ohio, not too long ago. Welfare check, get to the house. It ended bad. You know what I'm saying? So these people who take it upon themselves to make these calls, I gotta ask: is some of this with malicious intent? Because they know how it's a black dude. They know how the culture of this country is real. It's real timid right now, and they know when the police go out, they got to come back with something. You know what I'm saying? Like rarely you go out and they dealing with this dude, and I think they said he was stumbling. Of course he's stumbling. It's a snowstorm. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, that's what the officer said. But like the caller, because like with a Tatiana Jefferson, the neighbor called across the street. He's black too. He just didn't want to go out at whatever time and go check. But I don't understand that, because it's like, well, that there's someone in the house that has a health issue, so something could be wrong, but maybe they didn't want to go over there, so they called the cops. Just like in Atlanta, I think that was Atlanta, where they called the police on the man that was sleeping in the car in the drive-through at Wendy's.
The drive-through at Wendy's.
Yeah, okay. Those were black people that called the police on a black man. Nobody thought to, okay, let me just go walk up to the window and say, hey, my man, you all right? You all right? So I don't know that it's just, and like with that one in Plano, they possibly could have called for a wellness check because, he was outside with no coat and they were concerned that he didn't have anywhere to go. Now, when the officer showed up, what the officer, chose to do could be something completely different, because the officer is the one that was saying, well, he was stumbling, so that's why we arrested him.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate, because if you look at the tape, they keep asking him, where you going? What are you doing? Where you going? He's like, look, I'm just trying to go home. I just left work. I'm trying. He had a little bag. I'm trying to go home. And they just kept badgering him. Well, where you going? Well, you officially detained. He was like, no. Then that's when they start, doing all that, and it just got bad. So he ended up spending the night in jail, and the charges was dropped and all that old stuff. So, but at the end of the day, like, what you can't, and we know the answer, but I'm just saying, you can't walk home in the snow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they could have offered him a ride home. Isn't the police chief isn't the police chief in Plano black now?
Yeah, he black.
Yeah.
And I saw his little statement. His little statement was like, this is I'm paraphrasing. This is an episode where the relationship between the citizens of Plano and the police department has to be stronger. Like all that old blanket, general statement that doesn't do anything to address the officers. I don't know if they was took off duty because I didn't even know it was a female too. I don't know if they was off duty or taken off duty or at desk with pay or what. You know what I'm saying? Well, I haven't heard anything about what happened to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right now, I can understand anybody's fear of the police, knowing that we had police in the Capitol riots.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so anybody of color, I mean, I can understand your fear of police. And then you have to remember sometimes, not all police, because I don't want to paint all police in a monolith, because there are some good police officers out there. And we know for a fact there are some bad ones. But some of these people, some of these police officers really are trying to take their authority and their authority level to the next level. And it's like, man, your job is to protect and serve the people. You're a servant of the people. I mean, you work for us as a taxpayer and citizen. You work for us. And you treat us like, we the enemy or we not paying your salary. And that's the wrong attitude to have, because again, if dude said, I'm just going home, I'm fine, they could have either offered him a ride home or followed him to his house and make sure he got there safely. And they didn't have to ask him no more questions. Yeah. I mean, if you following somebody and you making sure they get home safely, I mean, what's the need for the dialogue at that point? What was he gonna do? Run in the snow? Try to get away from you? I mean, it don't even make no sense, man. You can just tell that seemed a little bit like authority play right there, where he was just like, okay, well, we're gonna flex our muscle on this guy and all this other stuff, which was unnecessary. So it is what it is.
Hey, Kathy, thank you for tuning in, Kathy. Everybody say hey to Kathy.
Kathy, what's up, Kat? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. But that's what that is, Kathy. But at some point,
Kathy will bite back now.
Oh, yeah,
I know she will.
Baby, Kathy will purr back real quick on y'all.
Hey, that's what that is. Hey,
Lionel Richie here. Richie here.
Did we talk about that? No. We was gonna talk about that, but I didn't say nothing. We were talking about Kim and Kanye last night, and I was gonna throw that in there. So we about to talk about that in a second. But the only thing, and Action hit on this, but I'm just gonna parlay this part a little bit more. I think this is where that training is supposed to kick in. Like, a cool head is supposed to prevail. I mean, before it started getting, even when they was like, okay, well, you officially detained, he was like, nope. And he was like, nope, don't. Right there, somebody, man, he should have just backed off both, and he should have been like, look, sir, we just want to make sure, blah, 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 blah. But instead, they start, taking him around. Handcuff. And it's unfortunate, man, because and I know, and everybody looking at this show right now know, if that was a white boy, right, it wouldn't have went that way. It wouldn't have went that way.
Because Billy would have looked normal walking in the snow with no shirt on.
Exactly. They probably would have gave him a coat. Like, here you go, have my coat. Hey, you want my gun? Take that.
And to keep it 100, because I've lived in Plano for almost 20 years. I've raised my kids here. My kid's almost a teenager. We were living here before my daughter was born, and she's 16. I still, because the way Plano's set up, a lot of people don't park in the front because everybody uses the alleyways to get in and get out.
Sure.
So unless you really are friendly with your neighbors or know your neighborhood, you don't see a lot of these people on the normal. So like, I don't even know like half the people that live in my neighborhood. I'll see them driving around, but sure. I'll still get that crazy look when I'm driving through the front part of the neighborhood or I'm driving through the neighborhood myself. People will look at me like, oh, really? You live here? Or, man, I didn't know he lived here. And I was thinking, like, I probably was here like 10 years before you was here. So, yeah. I mean, you still get that look coming through my area. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it's Plano. So, what can I say? Again, I don't want to paint all police in the same brush. But, again, right now, y'all are using the same crayon, at least. Some of y'all using the same crayon.
But even like, fellas that look at the podcast or wives, had this talk with your husbands about how to address, the young men in your family. What I mean by that is, sometimes even when it's confrontation, we don't make it no better. I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm not saying that at all. We just have to learn how to remain calm and just kind of go through the process, because I'd rather do that than to end up fighting and tussling with somebody and it come back really bad. Because I know he was like, no, y'all ain't, I'm going home. And they take that as aggression. And so now they got to really do their job.
Yeah, they got to turn up.
Because, yeah, exactly. Because this is how they're perceiving their life is in danger. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and the little dude was 18, you know what I'm saying? Young black male. You know what I'm saying? That's never good in the situation when you're dealing with the police. So we tried to reach out to the family. If anybody knows the family about this story we're talking about, tell them we big up on them if they want to talk. I saw them on the news earlier today. If they want to add something to what we're talking about, we would love to have them on the show to talk about this incident. It's crazy though. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I got to figure out.
But the girls have to be careful too, because same thing for the girls. You got officers body slamming little girls.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
I got to figure out what part of Plano they live in. It might be neighbors, so we'll see.
All right. Hey, in case you're just tuning in, this is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. This is where your comments and our thoughts and our stories, they come together and we get together to move the culture forward. And I'm Big Bink. That's my sister Shani, my main man Action Jackson, holding it down. And March, wait, I was about to get into that story, but I gotta wait. March 1st, very important. Hey, we need y'all to like we should have 6 likes. We got 4. Can we get 2 more people to like this and then share it? So like and share so we can turn that 6 into 12 into 18 into 24 into 30 into 36. Just share the show. Please like the page and follow us. But March 1st, we're doing things a little different with the channel, the Media Room 360 television. And Shani, gonna let them know what that is.
Yeah, so let me see. I'm gonna give you guys some stats real quick. So right now we have 2 people on Media Room 360. So we need all the rest of y'all to go to the Media Room 360 LLC Facebook page, follow, like there, and that will be the only place you'll be able to get this broadcast on our Facebook page. Or you can download the app Media Room 360 TV on your in your Google Play Store, on your iOS platforms, and you can watch it on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. If you have those, you download it there, and you can watch it on those devices as well. March 1st, that's when we're making the big switch, and we don't want you to miss out on any of the content. So just go ahead and start, watching everything on Media Room 360.
And that's the app. That's the app. Show them what the app look like, Shani, so they know.
It looks like this. I'll show you on my other phone. I'm actually running it here, so
Whoa!
You can't see that.
I know that's terrible.
That's all right. Well,
that's terrible.
It's black and red.
We got 2 people. You look how you showed that.
Oh. You know what? We could do this. I could do this though. I could show you.
No, I'm just joking. Hey, let me just tell you.
Yeah, that's
what I thought
you gonna do. Yeah, that's what I thought you was gonna do.
Oh, okay. When you said show them the app, I'm like, show them the app. Bink, we ain't talking about this before we get on here, but that's what it looks like.
I meant the logo. I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
Show them the app. Wait a minute.
Come to rehearsal.
We already had technical difficulties in the beginning. We had rehearsal. Look. Man, me and Bink was on here at like 3:00 practicing. We had this whole mad intro rolled out, and then it didn't work.
Did you see my face?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Because I was out of the screen. I was online looking for something.
Oh man!
I said, wait, I don't hear nothing. Then when I clicked back on, I was like,
here we are looking unprepared. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I said, wow. We spent all that time. We done talked it out, went through it, practiced it. I said, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Oh my God.
Oh man.
that was funny. Woo! Okay. So another story that people talking about. Man.
No, Miles, we don't do that. No, just joking.
The reason why he's saying that before you tell the story. Now, Bink, you remember, was it 2 Saturdays ago we had the kids get on and just talk? BJ, Carly, and Tamron. Okay, so we got they in StreamYard talking, figuring out how they're gonna do their show. Now, your baby said, well, we need to do like Dad and Aunt Shawnee and prepare everything together. My baby girl said, they don't do no show prep. They just get on here and start talking. They don't do show prepping. We can do that. They don't know that I recorded that whole conversation. I'm going to pull that part out because she talked about us so bad. I was like,
she don't know.
You don't know what we be doing.
We talk all through the day. We prep all day.
Keep it so when we get famous and we do the reality show, we can have that there. That'd be fun.
Yeah, she said they don't do no show prep. And with an attitude, they don't prep. They just get on there and start talking. They ain't organized.
Man. No, we're not. But she's not. That's not yours to say. Okay. So watch yourself, young lady.
Oh man. So the internet has been going crazy. There's a new couple. Well, there's one on the way out. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian on the way out. Even though they got the 4 kids, she did file for a divorce. We've been talking about it. We was talking about it earlier on the morning show. She actually was driving around listening to breakup songs, if that means anything, because it's real. Now,
that sounds staged to me. Though.
I'm trying to think of, before I get into this other story, songs that I listened to when I got quit. Y'all got a song when y'all got quit that y'all used to listen to, the breakup songs? Get y'all through now?
No, because usually I'm the one breaking up.
I got quit real bad when I was in college. Anybody that went to Langston, they remember that episode in the lunchroom. Man, that could have been a great show.
Broke up with you in the lunchroom?
No, I found out.
Found out what?
She was kicking it with this other dude. I found out in the lunchroom. And I worked behind the cage in the lunchroom. I was the one who emptied the trays. And my boy, rest in peace, my boy came and told me, hey, man, I think so-and-so and so-and-so together. I was like, what? It's like, no. And it hit me hard because he was light-skinned, bow-legged. He about 6'3", and all the girls liked him.
I was gonna say, well, you light-skinned too.
No, he was nice. He was a nice looking guy. I was like, and he was on the basketball team too. I was like, I don't stand a chance. And I'll be damned, I didn't. And that was it for me. So
no, but I usually break up. So my songs be like Beyonce, to the left, everything you own in the box to the left.
I'm trying to think, what was my?
That's my song.
I had a couple of songs.
I'm trying to think. Or don't forget to come and pick up your feelings. Don't leave no pieces.
That just came out.
You need to hurry and pick up your feelings. While I'm out cleaning, boy, please. I don't need you. All the shit you can get. Boy, that'd be me, because I be breaking up.
I got quit. It was a song. It was a song.
I quit. I don't want to do this no more. This ain't working for me.
It was a song. Paul say doing just fine. That's funny. It was a song by this group called UNV. And it was called Something's Going On. Are we talking about in the 90s?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I remember that.
And when that song, that pretty much explained it. Lately, I've been thinking, doom, 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 that you don't feel the same. The same. And I forget the word, right? But the chorus goes, something's going on. The love is
used to share is gone.
I've fallen
Falling
out of
out
love
with
with you,
you, and I
don't
don't know
know
what to
to
do.
Hey, Mouse, see what I gotta do with Mouse? See what I gotta do with Mouse?
The love we used to share was strong.
I've fallen out of love with
Oh, hit that note, Bink.
you, and I don't know what to
y'all
do.
remind me.
Woo! Come on, Bink.
I used to be crying. I used to be crying
Y'all
about
remind me of
doing
that movie Bridesmaid when they singing at the wedding reception, the wedding when they trying to out sing each other.
and that was a pivotal point in my life when I got quit in the 90s. Everybody who know me, who went to college with me, know exactly what I'm talking about when they see this.
Oh, wow.
But speaking of relationships gone wrong, let's do that. The big homie been jamming since the 70s, actually the 60s. But I mean, if he ain't at the top of the charts, he's on television. If he ain't on television, he on
his daughter on television.
His daughter on television, living a reality life. And this guy is 72 years old.
Is he 72?
72.
So she 42?
Talk about Lionel Richie. No, she's 30. She's 30.
Wow.
She's 30.
Daddy.
So we're talking about a 42-year difference. Now let's look at this. Let's think of this. Let's think of this. He might be older than her parents.
She's how old?
She's 30.
Yeah, of course she is.
He might be old. He might be older than her grandparents.
Not her grandparents now.
Not her grandparents.
Her grandparents?
Yes.
It's possible. It's possible
it's
if
definitely possible.
Young.
If she's
Wait a minute.
30, if she's 30,
she's 30 or 38.
I heard she was 30.
She's 30.
41. Or she might be 32 or something.
She's anyway, 30. Okay.
And let's
30.
Just say,
so her mom could be 50.
Yeah, and the grandma could be
70.
68.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
the
question is,
look who's coming to dinner.
Yeah, the question is
zoom.
Because I mean, you think of Anna Nicole. Remember Anna Nicole went with that dude?
Yeah.
He was like 98 and a half, and she was like 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how old is too old? Shani, let me ask you, you're a female. Is 42 years your senior too young? I mean, too old?
It depends on the man now. You asking me about me, right?
You're damn right.
Okay, it depends. I mean, okay, when I think about that, no, that's not something that, in my mind, I'm like, no, I don't want no old man. I want somebody my age because I want to move around, I want to do things, I want to travel. I want somebody that's active. Lionel Richie is, he kind of active. He try to, I don't know if he holler and be like, hey, girl, you a brick house. I might be like, all right, mighty. What's up?
Yeah, mighty. Now he don't look like he don't look like your typical 70-year-old person. I mean, he looks good. He
looks good, but I bet in person it looks a little different.
Yeah, I look like he done been under the knife a couple of times. But
she said, I just wanted money and drugs.
She got it, and she got it too with that old man. She got it.
We got a good question for y'all. What 70-year-old woman y'all dating?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's only 70 years old. Like, everything done flattened out, and it's just,
But if she in shape and she got it all together, look at Angela Bassett. How old is Angela Bassett?
60,
yeah,
she's 62.
She look good. Look at Debbie Allen. She looks good.
Great. I think Debbie Allen is
Paula Abdul. She up there.
Paula Abdul is 59, I think. But what I'm saying is,
she's older.
I don't know. You think she older than 59, Paula?
Yeah, man.
I don't think. I don't think I'm running after no 70-year-old woman. I tell you that.
What if she had Oprah money? She had Oprah money and an Angela Bassett body.
Then she'd have Action Jackson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go holler at her and see what she talking about.
No,
It's the mindset though. If their mind is if they not like, oh, and all we got to do is just sit at home. You want me to just sit at home and do
no.
nothing? Then Pam
Pam
Grier
Grier
looks
fault.
good. She looks real good.
Damn.
It's some, but the thing about men, see, like y'all, as y'all get older, y'all get so set in y'all ways, and y'all just be grumpy old men, and so that would be the part that I would kind of be like,
Oh yeah, because we know that never happens to women.
no, we don't. We're more flexible. We're more flexible with
Yeah,
our thoughts
right.
and ideas. We
Yeah,
are.
right. Yeah, right. Not at 70, you not.
She said, "What do
No, but
y'all call? Oh, damn, 60. She's 60 and she feel 30
but
sometimes.
but
That's
see,
what that is, Kathy. That's what that
but
is.
you have to you have to
Yeah,
think though, like if the lady's pursuing you, B, you're not pursuing her, she's pursuing you. So if a 70-year-old woman came to you, stepped to you, and was trying to get at you and had money,
and she
wealth,
said,
power,
Marcus,
yeah.
Marcus.
Marcus.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
ma'am, I don't bring your ass here. Let me see what you
That's
talking
a
about.
different. That's a different. I don't know no man that would turn that down. Real talk. I mean, if you got
For real,
nice
all you got to do is
woman,
Marcus. That's all you got to do.
no. I'm saying like
I was gonna say, let me do that to the camera. Marcus. Okay, listen.
Yeah. No, like if you were single, like say for example, if any male that's single, because we assume because the girl had to be single with Lionel Richie, right? So I'm saying like if a 70-year-old woman
Maybe
is coming after you, she looks good, she's got money, and she's pursuing you as a guy. Man, that's a turn off for any guy. Like I got this 70-year-old that's got money that looks good pursuing me. Come on, man. What guy is turning that down?
Big ain't turning it down if he's single. He gonna be calling me, yes, Shawnee, I'm on the yacht with Miss Erling. Oh yeah, Miss Erling. Yeah, she said you can bring the girls. Y'all come on. She know you my sis.
Be like, everybody on this boat, 77 and up. Y'all come on and get some of this.
Yeah.
We playing Sam Cooke and Jackie Wilson. Y'all come on and get some of this.
Hey, look. And I'll be sitting there with my little wine glass with my daughters. Y'all better enjoy this. Your Uncle Big done hooked us up, y'all. He hit the jackpot.
Can you imagine those conversations though? Like the get-togethers. Like if you 30, I mean, you gotta have some friends that's your age. So you want to hang out with, Sarita and Tanya and Carla. You know what I'm saying? They 30, they wild, they like to have fun. And then
maybe he wild and like to have fun.
Y'all out
dating. Remember, he can do it all night long.
All night.
Y'all talking about Uzi Vert with a diamond in his forehead, and like talking about what happened on tour with Smokey Robinson back in 1958. Like what? No,
but he's a little relevant. He did American Idol, so he's up on, But how old is his daughter?
She got to be about 34.
Yeah, his daughter about the same age as the chick.
And then they end up being sisters, kind of.
But they just dating. They not getting married. Lionel just having some fun.
Having fun.
Yeah, I'd have some fun too if I could. If I'm 70, if he's single, Lionel's single, right? He was single.
She had to say yes with the blue pill.
Yeah, Nicole Richie, 39. Shit.
There you go, Kathy. You know, Kathy, he gonna pop that pill all night long. All night long. All night.
Wow. Yeah, that's a whole nother dynamic to think of. But I mean, he got money, so he probably got that issue all worked out. Yeah, I wonder how that went. Like, I don't know.
Like, who said what to who?
Like, that's what I'm like. What happened?
She threw panties on the stage. I don't know. It's like
you over we'll call it Wilbur. I get an old name. Well, you over Wilbur crib. Wilbur sister daughter is over there, and she come to bring y'all some juice downstairs. It's like, hey, this is Lionel Richie. Oh, hi, Mr. Richie. Hi, how you doing? Then she go upstairs and Lionel say to Wilbur, "Hey man, what's up with that?" Like, "Oh, you like her? Shoot, that's my great granddaughter. You gonna set her up, right?" "All right, then. Hey, come on back down here and sit on Lionel's lap."
That might be how it went.
You'd be like, "Penny lover, walk on by. Won't you walk on by?"
Yeah, but I do wonder, how did they meet? Where did they meet?
Yeah, like how does that go? Like, usually with the stars, it's an in-between guy that set it all up. But I mean, when you said me, I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, how he meet this girl? Because I'm trying to figure out we in a whole panoramic, and he done met somebody.
Did he
DM her?
Did he see her on Instagram?
Hi, it's Lionel. I want to talk to you. Please DM me back. Like, man.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for? That's what he did.
Cause I'm only 72. And this chicken works, so yes it do.
I got AARP, baby. How about you?
And I got money saved. He getting it though, man. I ain't gonna. Hey, I can't hate on him.
I'm not mad at him at all. I'm telling you, if I was 70, single, wealthy, successful, legend.
Well, that's like Diddy and what's the baby name? Diddy and
Cassie.
Steve Harvey's daughter. No.
Oh, the Lori Harvey girl.
Lori Harvey, because she's younger than Cassie.
Yeah, that was weird though, because he went behind his son. Like, what? His son was going with her. Then they broke up. Then the daddy went with her. Like, now wait a minute. Okay, now what are we doing?
No.
And now she go with Michael B. Jordan.
Draw the line. Draw the line.
Yeah, I'm looking at her like,
what's wrong with her dating? Wait a minute. What's the problem?
To go from
the daddy to the brother. I'm talking about the daddy to the son. Son to the daddy. I mean, yeah.
Daddy.
How you gonna have dinner over at that house? How's that dinner gonna look?
Hey, I mean, I don't know, but it worked for them.
Oh no, how that dinner gonna look? Oh,
I don't know.
Man.
I mean, but what's the extent of her dating though? Is she just, talking to these people and that's the thing. They don't talk about her. They don't talk about her bad. Nobody, like I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about her except for outside people.
No, be you. I got nothing wrong with her being the way she wants to be. If she's not in a committed relationship, she could be as free, experimental, do whatever she want to do. As long as the men that she would accept it, I accept it. I got no beef with her being out there, but there's no way I'm ever going to mess with somebody my son just got through dating. I'll be like, hey, you know what? That's my son.
That's crazy, though.
I'm the original.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You think he good? I created him. Was that the pickup line?
That's just wild. That's just wild. I mean, I guess, within that circle, when you're famous, it's only famous people you're around. So you just go around the merry-go-round, and it is what it is. That's rich people problems, though.
Yeah. Not mine.
I wonder what her dad said, what Steve said to her.
You need to write a book about it. Wrote a book about everything else.
Yeah. Like think like my daughter.
Now that's funny.
Think like my daughter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. But again, we appreciate you guys watching Big Bink's Break Room. Don't forget, 8:00. What do we got going on tomorrow, real quick, as we wind this stuff down? Tomorrow's Wednesday.
So tomorrow's Wednesday. So one of my good friends, Ramonda Lark, she's the owner of Mahogany Books. Mahogany Books is in DC. It's in DC, and the bookstore, online bookstore, has been getting so much praise from media outlets across the country, from Tamron Hall to Good Morning America to the Today Show. she's
Sorry.
she's taking the whole thing with books and taking it to another level. And her online bookstore had a surprise visit from Barack Obama, like
nice.
on a Zoom call recently, and like she's been all over the news. But anyway, she's gonna be on our show tomorrow to talk about her business and the books and things that she's doing. And it's Black owned. It's her husband, and their daughter is named Mahogany. So that's just so dope. And we went to college together, and
nice.
It's definitely a must see tomorrow. On this show we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about family, and this is a perfect example of how they both can come together for the good. And hopefully
she's coming through tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll be on the show tomorrow.
So
we're gonna talk DC. We're gonna talk.
Does she have a so it's just the online bookstore? It's not brick and mortar.
No, they got that too, brick and mortar too.
Oh, okay.
They actually gonna open up another location. She'll talk about that tomorrow. I think it's another location in DC. I'm not sure, but she'll definitely be able to talk about that. But yeah, they doing their thing.
Oh, Kathy saw that on Zoom.
Yeah. You saw it? Yeah, it was on Zoom, Kathy. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the one where Barack Obama showed up on the Zoom thing for it?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's gonna be in Maryland. Okay, on the East Coast. Yeah, absolutely. She like I said, we went to college together, so it's good to see, classmates doing their thing and we still, touching each other to help get the word out about what we're doing. So that is super duper awesome. We definitely want to big up all of our sponsors that make it possible for us to do what we do on the Media Room 360 television. So we want to big up Kevin Kirksey. You can buy some of his gear right now. I happen to be sporting the custom History Makers Black History hat. That boy Action going in with the Kevin Kirksey t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? With the Tiger Woods hat though. But he got the t-shirt on. And Shawnee, you rocking Kevin Kirksey today?
I don't have Kevin Kirksey on today. But I do have on Lavish Wink.
All right, tell everybody what Lavish Wink is.
Lavish Wink is a eyelash company, and they have outfitted me with a bunch of lashes. So every day I'm going to have on a different eyelash from Lavish Wink. They are strips, so a lot of us can't get to the estheticians to get our individual lashes in. So if you don't want to do that and you don't want to try a new person, like my person moved all the way to Las Vegas, so I started wearing strips. Lavish Wink. Check out lavishwinksbyjanelle.com and you can order them there. They're only $14 or $15 a set. So today I have on Bossy Trend. That's what I'm wearing. Bossy Trend. Tomorrow I'll wear somebody else and we'll talk about that.
That's what that is. And we shout out JP Chip and Dip Salsa. Man, some of the best salsa in America. Go to jpsalsa.com. jpsalsa.com. It's a black man doing salsa. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And it's good. And it's healthy.
And it's in schools. He picked up some more contracts with a couple of schools up in
nice, Lamont.
Cincinnati. Is that where he is? Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, yeah.
Nice.
So
That's big. I was on yesterday. I made some guacamole with that pineapple and roasted garlic. Cause
you make guacamole with it?
Yeah, because usually I'll cut, you cut up like sliced tomatoes in your guacamole and some onions and some other stuff to put in the guacamole. So instead of doing that, I just made the guacamole and just added the JP salsa and stirred that up because he's got the tomatoes and all the other seasons. Man, that guacamole was on fire. The bomb. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It was rocking.
jpsalsa.com. We will see you tomorrow, 8:00, when we continue to change the world. It's Big Bink's Break Room Podcast, Media Room 360 Television. Boop.
You always do this, and I'm not prepared.
Pray for Tiger, y'all. Pray for Tiger.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.